Hey everyone, it's Alex. So let's talk about something real. Something I think a lot of us feel but maybe don't always talk about. That tight, anxious knot you get in your stomach when you think about money. You know? For a long time, I thought the answer was just to make more. But I learned the real key to feeling better isn't a bigger paycheck. It's clarity.
You know exactly what I'm talking about, right? You're just staring at the ceiling and your mind will not shut off. It's just running through this checklist of bills, student loans, rent, and oh yeah, that weird noise your car just started making. If you've been there, I really want you to know you're not just bad with money. You're human.
And you are definitely not alone. I mean, not even close. Because check this out. A whopping 72% of Americans feel stressed about money. That's nearly 3 out of every 4 people you see. So look, this isn't some personal failure. It is a massive, shared experience.
Okay, let's really dive into this. Because there's a reason it feels so hard to escape. It's not just a random feeling. It's a feedback loop, a vicious cycle that gets going between our money and our minds. And honestly, just understanding this cycle is the first step to finally breaking it. It all starts right here. Financial problems, whether it's debt or living paycheck to paycheck or some unexpected expense, they directly cause mental stress. It's this powerful proven link that can make everything else in life feel heavier and just way harder to deal with. And this chart, wow, it really brings it home. For people who are deep in what's called problem debt, nearly half of them also have a mental health problem. They're not just related, they're completely tangled up together. And that's just the beginning of the cycle.
Because here's the other side of that loop. When you're feeling anxious or depressed, the part of your brain that handles planning and decision-making, it takes a major hit. This can lead to, avoiding bills because it feels too overwhelming, or maybe even some impulse spending just to get a little temporary mood boost. We've all been there.
And those impaired decisions, of course, they lead directly back to, you guessed it, worsening financial problems. This just cranks up the anxiety, which makes decisions even harder, and suddenly you feel totally trapped. The key thing here is, you're not fighting a battle of willpower, you're fighting a cycle.
So, if we're stuck in this cycle, how do we possibly get out? Well, this is the turning point. It isn't about just trying harder or willing it away. It's about introducing a new element, something powerful enough to break that loop: financial clarity.
And this is a really important difference to get. We hear a lot about financial literacy, which is basically knowing the dictionary definitions of money stuff. But you can know what a 401k is and still feel completely lost. Clarity is different. It's about having a super clear, purpose-driven view of your money. It's knowing exactly what's coming in, what's going out, and, this is the big one, why.
And there's some really cool science behind why this works so well. When your finances feel chaotic and out of control, it triggers your brain's primal fight or flight mode. You're constantly on high alert, and that is just exhausting. Gaining clarity, even just having a simple plan, gives you a sense of control, and that feeling literally calms your nervous system down.
And the research backs this up 100%. This chart shows that people with a financial plan are twice as likely to report having no anxiety or depression compared to those without one. Twice. That's not a small difference. That is a life-changing shift.
I love this quote because it just sums everything up perfectly. When you're stuck in that stress cycle, you're just trying to survive the next day, the next bill. But when you have clarity, you shift from playing defense to playing offense. You're not just reacting anymore. You're actually planning the future you want.
Okay, so clarity is the goal. But how do we actually get there? It's not some big, complicated secret. It actually comes down to a really simple 3-step blueprint for calm. First, let's reframe the word budget. It can feel so restrictive, right? So instead, think of it as a spending plan. You're just giving every dollar a job. Simple. Second, instead of a scary emergency fund, let's build a peace of mind fund. Even just $500 creates this amazing psychological buffer. And third, face your debt. I know it's hard, but creating a structured plan to pay it down replaces that feeling of shame with a powerful sense of pride.
So the most important thing is this. None of these steps are about restriction or about telling you can't buy coffee. They are about one thing, and one thing only: reclaiming the massive amount of mental energy that financial worry steals from you every single day, so you can put it back into yourself.
Now, I know that actually setting up a spending plan or figuring out a debt strategy can feel like the hardest part, and that's where having the right tool makes all the difference. Think of SenseFi like a non-judgmental co-pilot for your money. It's literally built to help you easily create that plan, see everything clearly, and finally break that stress cycle to find some calm. All right, let's bring it all home. Your relationship with money is a huge part of your well-being. By choosing to build financial clarity, you're not just organizing numbers on a spreadsheet. You're taking a powerful, proactive step toward better mental health.
So, what are the big takeaways here? First, please remember you are not alone in feeling this way. Second, know that the stress cycle is real, but it is absolutely breakable. Third, financial clarity, not just literacy, is your key to finding calm and control. And most importantly, never, ever forget that you deserve both mental and financial peace.
This whole journey really does start with a single step: choosing clarity over chaos. If you're ready to trade that financial stress for genuine peace of mind, you can learn more about how SenseFi can help you do just that. Your journey starts right now.